Governor Bill Lee recently blasted Nashville's handling of coronavirus relief money in a public letter.
That public rebuke came after Mayor Cooper requested the state share more of the federal aid money it received. Investigative reporter Ben Hall fact-checked the governor's claims and found Metro may have had very little say in how that money was spent.
The letter clearly shows tension between the governor and mayor over spending priorities. But the governor makes his case with some misleading numbers. The strongly worded letter came after Mayor Cooper asked the governor for $82 million from Tennessee's coronavirus relief fund. Governor Lee responded that Nashville has already benefited from $2.5 billion in coronavirus relief money, amounting to $3,745 per resident in Davidson County.
It reads like sort of a slap down on Mayor Cooper.
Councilman-at-Large Bob Mendez was surprised when he read the public letter and agreed with News Channel 5 Investigate's assessment that the governor's numbers were inflated.
The numbers are overblown about what is claimed to be for the benefit of Nashville residents.
In his letter, Governor Lee said Davidson County benefited from things like $290 million in provider relief funds, money the federal government paid directly to healthcare workers on the front lines. But some of that went to hospitals in other counties, even other states. For example, $8.2 million went to Loveless Health System in New Mexico. $9 million went to 2 hospitals in Texas. And $5.4 million was paid to Northcrest Medical Center in Springfield, Tennessee, all credited to Davidson County because they are owned by Nashville corporations.
I mean, you have to take into account we're a regional health center, so that definitely isn't for people in Davidson County. That covers the entire region.
Another $1.3 billion, half of all the aid referenced in Governor Lee's letter, was paid to Nashville companies under the federal Paycheck Protection Program. Many of those businesses operate regionally and nationally. For example, a Nashville holding company that operates Church's Fried Chicken franchises in California, Arizona, and Texas received between $5 and $10 million to cover employee paychecks. And Nashville-based O'Charlie's Restaurants got the same amount to cover paychecks for employees at its 200 restaurants across the South.
So to claim that's all for the benefit of Nashville is just flat wrong.
The letter also highlights a growing disagreement over how to handle the coronavirus. The governor chided Cooper for forcing businesses to endure some of the most restrictive limitations on commercial activity, as well as a recently enacted property tax increase. He said his administration has sought to find a more appropriate balance and make decisions based on data.
We have helped the state so much by the city's controlled response.
Are you frustrated that the governor sends a letter saying that our restrictions seem out of balance?
Well, I don't agree with that because I can show the progress that we have made.
Cooper said if Nashville had not gotten the coronavirus under control with restrictions on certain businesses and a mask mandate, it would have impacted the state's overall budget.
We got the job done for the state, right? So instead of us being criticized for this, we should be thanked.
The governor ends the letter by saying Nashville should put all its remaining coronavirus relief money, $27 million, towards small businesses. Mendez said Nashville's approach has been more people-oriented, like help paying rent and buying food.
We've been taking care of the people of Davidson County, and I am proud of the way that money's been spent.
But many say it's odd that instead of sitting down and talking, the mayor and governor are battling via public letters.
I'm not in a good position to tell whose fault it is. This is like when your 2 kids are fighting in the back of the house. They both point the finger at each other, and I mean, we just want them to get along.
The governor's office sent a statement saying the governor believes Metro has received sufficient funding, and if managed properly, it should help businesses impacted by local restrictions. Now, it's important to note that 95% of all the money the governor claims Metro received was actually spent by state and federal agencies. Ben Hall, News Channel 5, investigates.